artist of history, especially maritime history. He spent a lot of his life on the seas. He served in the Polish Navy, worked as a chief electrician in the world-famous Gdansk shipyard before heading back to sea for 15 years, working on tankers, icebreakers, bulk carriers, and huge ocean-going salvage tugs. My guest is acclaimed artist who left Poland in 1981 for the U.S. Welcome, Marek Sarba. Marek, so nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so let's do a little bit of background. You spent a lifetime, let's call it, on the seas, and then you started to paint. Tell me about this.
Well, actually, like most of the people which are painting, I started like a young boy, having no idea that I can do something. And, well, I tried to go to the art school, but my father says, no, you need to have a real job. So I become the electrical engineer, and one day I get married. And my wife, she purchased a box, the paint kit, and she says, we can't afford to buy a painting, so you paint it. And this was my first oil paints which I had in my life. Yes, I drew before, I was doing ink, I was doing color pencils, but this time I really had a brush and I dipped that thing in oil.
All right, let's look at the first painting that we're going to see here. This is how talented you are. Tell me about this work.
Well, in year 1981 to about 1986, I ran electrical department for one of the shipyards in Tampa. And we had a gentleman, Peter John, his name, and he worked in a totally different department, but he looks very sea. I put him on a chair and I painted.
Well,
it's simple like this.
Well, it's not simple for me, but it's simple for you. All right, let's look at the next painting. This is amazing too. Tell me about this.
Well, this is more emotional. This happened in the year 2015. We visited our old country, Poland. I would like to see grave one of the biggest Polish painters from 1800s. We walked through the cemetery in a town, in the city of Krakow, and I see grave chapels. We know them from here, where people are buried under the floor, but up there was a chapel like this, had the broken windows, which allowed me to look inside. What I see, it's a cold space, look kind of altar, empty, and by broken side windows to this chapel, I see green vegetation, I see sun, totally two different worlds. That thing is giving you to think, my God, this is the different world, and I use a figure from another grave, and I create the other world.
Where can we see your phenomenal work?
Right now is a large-size exhibition in Old Saybrook Historical Society. Up there, it's about 22 works. Actually, my 59, 60 years of art.
That's wonderful, Marek. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me.
You bet. And if you'd like to follow the story and art of Marek Sarba, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app.